Well, I should have gotten done more than I got done today, but I did learn a few things, so it wasn't an entirely unproductive day. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday. The first lesson today is that if you are allergic to dust, do not clear out a 12-year-old computer in your room. That's a really bad idea. And for some reason I had it. I completely dusted out my dad's old computer and checked out some of the components. Don't tell him this, but I'm thinking about doing something with it. I don't know what yet. Maybe I'll keep most of the parts together to run a network attached storage unit, upgrading here and there. Maybe I'll return it to its former glory and have it run as just a basic use system like it used to be. Do what I can to fix that. Or I'll keep the case and maybe a few of the parts, but build pretty much an entirely new computer, new-ish computer around it, so that my dad can actually have a good working computer instead of 12-year-old piece of junk. But more importantly than that, I learned two things. First off, this hard drive right here is a 320 gigabyte 2.5 drive. I don't remember where it came from, but it's having some trouble getting the needle onto the disk. So I don't know what to do about that. It'd be really useful for putting save files and stuff like that on there. It is a WD. It is a WD. Yeah. It is a WD drive. It is a WD. I can't say this. It is a WD drive, so I'm expecting that it should be fast-ish, kind of maybe. But more important than that, which I've said twice now, is I think I figured out what's wrong with this hard drive. I've popped it open, which means that the warranty is shot, but I'm not necessarily worried about that. I popped it open and looked on the inside, and as far as I can tell, nothing's necessarily wrong. But what I did see is when I took off the printed circuit board back here, PCB, it's not that... Hey, I'll show you. It's not that it's like incredibly burnt and corroded and stuff like that, but it looks like there is some amount of corrosion, especially around the holes here. You'll see that they're slightly discolored. Let me try to focus here. Focus. Focus. It's not really focusing. But yeah, there's slight discoloration around there. I'm expecting these to be gray, like that part right there, but they're kind of singed around the corners. That's probably something having to do with a short that went through the PCB board. Also, a little while ago, the connectors right here, not down here, right here, they had some burn on them too. I wiped it off and it seemed to clear it off pretty well, but yeah, I think this PCB is fried, which is why I've been looking up on the internet for the past hour or so how exactly and where exactly I can get a replacement for this PCB. I haven't had very much luck, but I could, in theory, buy a perfectly similar drive. Perfectly, what's the word I'm looking for here? The exact same model of board, or exact same model of, the exact same model of drive, and replace the PCB on here so I can get the data off. Then put the PCB back on the new drive and just use that. It'd be an interesting experiment. Will I do it? I don't know. There is a really cheap one on eBay for $40, but there is also a Elgato Intensity Pro that I really want to get. That's right around $40 on eBay. So whether or not I'll do that, I don't know. If I do, it means that if my plan works, I'll have significantly more vlogs to edit than I previously did, which wouldn't be a pain in the butt. I'm not gonna dance around that subject, but that means there won't be any gap in day-to-day coverage. Hopefully, I don't know how much of the data has been lost, if any. I opened it up and there were seemingly no scratches on the disc, so I'm really optimistic there. But getting that in Blackmagic Intensity Pro would really help with recording, because it's specifically designed to work within a motherboard, within the system itself, and I've already downloaded most of the software. Okay, my computer screen went blue again. Luckily it wasn't the error, but yeah, I should have gotten more done with vlogs today. I'll probably edit, I don't know, 2-3 vlogs before I go to bed, but I'm also kind of tired, so I don't know. I do have to do a little bit of cleaning up in the bathroom, because that was what I was supposed to do today. But yeah, I learned a few things. Broke a warranty. Oh, I also found my Xbox controller. I had been missing it for the past few days, so I looked around and eventually found it. Oh wow, I can't believe I almost forgot this. I decided to reset my computer by essentially not wiping the SSD, but letting the system perform a clean install of Windows 10. Why? Because I was starting to have some weird errors, and that thing where the start menu would freeze for a little bit, then continue, then freeze again for a little bit, that was starting to happen again. So I said, you know what, screw it, let's just refresh, make sure everything's fine, and continue that way. I will probably let my computer back up the boot drive tonight, so that since this is more or less the optimal position that I want my my computer to be in, or the optimal configuration that I want my computer to be in, if I want to reset it later, I can just boot back onto that backup and not have to worry about downloading everything again, because that's a pain in the butt. Anyway, that was fun. That was terrible and fun. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Until tomorrow, see you all later.